In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 proven strategies to raise your GPA. GPA is such a big part of your college admissions process, and I know especially if you're taking a lot of honors, AP classes, or IB classes, there's a lot that you have to do. Lots of homework, quizzes, tests, and trying to get straight A's or nearly straight A's can feel really stressful. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 3 proven strategies that really helped me raise my GPA, and I also share these strategies with our Passion Project Bootcamp students as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first strategy is what I call a 2-day rule and a 4-day rule. So if you have a quiz coming up, you want to study for the quiz for 2 days. And so for example, let's say your quiz is happening on Friday, then you want to start preparing for the quiz and practicing the questions starting Wednesday. And if you have a test coming up, because typically tests will cover 3 to 4 chapters. So that's a lot of materials that you need to know. And so for that, I would study 4 days in total. So what I like to do is I like to use a weekly spread planner when I have a test. For example, let's say that the test is happening on Friday. I'm going to start studying for the test on Monday. So Monday, I'm going to review chapter 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Tuesday, I'm going to review 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. So I'm spreading out my days with different chapters and segments so that I'm not feeling overwhelmed about this test. And this is different from doing the homework assignments. I'm talking about completing your homework assignments and dedicating additional time to studying for this test. So the day before the test, I'm not going to feel stressed out, because that last day, the only thing that I'm going to do is review the toughest questions, toughest concepts, or questions that you've been missing over and over again. So those are the only types of questions that I'm going to focus on, and everything else, it's already in my brain. So I've been using the 2-day, 4-day rule for the longest time, which always works. It works with math classes, AP Bio classes, A-Push classes, because when you spread things out, you are not procrastinating anymore. So this is a highly, highly proven tip that I encourage you to try to raise your GPA, because a lot of your grades, it's going to depend on the test scores, right? Homework assignments are just 10 points, 20 points. Tests take up like 200 to 300 points sometimes. So try this tip. The second strategy is to use a priority system. This is something that I actually teach my students inside the bootcamp program, which is our college consulting program. So please check it out if you want more guidance on raising your GPA and also doing all the right things to get accepted into your dream colleges. The link to learning more about the bootcamp program is passionprep.com/bootcamp. So what is a priority system? It's to label quantitatively what you're going to do first on that day. So when you come back home from school, obviously you have homework assignments and you have tests coming up, and you might have some projects along the way. Now let's just focus on your homework and tests, because they usually take up the most amount of your time. So typically it's really easy for students to do the easiest thing. For example, they'll work on their Spanish homework first, or their English homework, which is to just read a chapter. So they'll start doing the easy ones first, and you keep pushing off the exams you have to study for. And I used to do this when I was a freshman in high school, which was not good, because I would spend so much of my initial energy and my brain power doing a homework assignment that was like 10 points. And then after I ate dinner and took a little break and I had to study for my test, I was like, oh, I'm like so tired, right? So our brain has a capacity in terms of how much we can study and what we could take in. So when I list out all my homework assignments for that day, I also write study for chapter 2 pre-calc test 2. And I will always label a number next to my task item. So if I have a Spanish homework, I have an English chapter reading I have to do, and I have pre-calc test coming up in 2 days, I will always study for the pre-calc test first. Because Spanish homework, I can always do it. Like, there is no risk involved. So I would always label my task with numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and then once I'm done with 1, then I will go into number 2. So this is our priority planner system that we teach inside our program. And it has helped so many of our bootcamp students raise their GPA because we've never learned like how to study. We were told, hey, you should study and do well in school, but we were not really told how to study and prioritize our tasks. So that is strategy number 2. The last strategy is more of a mindset strategy because mindset plays such a big role in anything that you do, whether you're a high school student, college student, adult, it doesn't matter. And I hear a lot of high school students say things like, I am a procrastinator. Now, if you keep saying that, your brain is really going to start believing that you are the best procrastinator. You are creating an identity for yourself that is negative, and it's also not serving you. So anytime you catch yourself saying, I'm not good enough, I'm a procrastinator, or whatever else you're saying, then I want you to stop yourself and replace it with, I'm actually really good at time management. I am a responsible student. I am proactive. So you want to replace these identity statements with more positive statements that's going to help your brain think, yeah, I'm not a procrastinator, so here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to study for the test 2 days in advance, 4 days in advance. And so you want to catch yourself saying that. I know it's really easy to say, all these negative things, especially when I was in high school. Especially when I was in 9th and 10th grade, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out, I'm a procrastinator. And that absolutely did nothing to me. And if I tell myself I'm a procrastinator, I'm only gonna procrastinate. So that's just a mindset tip. And I always like to read and say affirmations that's good for me, more positive, something that's going to actually help me out with the goals that I want to reach. All right, that's it for today's video. And if you want to learn more about how to navigate your college admissions journey, what are the most updated trends, data, what do you need to do to stand out to get accepted, we have a free introductory training that you can go ahead and attend at passionprep.com/masterclass. We have a couple of dates and time options for you, so you can choose the one that works best for you and take this intro training, and you'll also learn more about our amazing Passion Project Bootcamp program as well. So I hope to see you in the free intro training first. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.